violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Last night around 10 p.m. out here at 500 East Burris Street, we had a shooting take place where between 4 to 6 shots were fired out here at this location in the back of this apartment complex.
So guys, there are many large cities that are pretty much in a dire position when it comes to the violence that is coming from super gremlins on demon time. And I just want to show you how extensive that is and bounce around the country. So today we're in Houston. We're going to focus on Houston. It's going down.
Our male victim is a black male, probably between mid-30s to mid-40s.
Shocking. Another super gremlin killed another super gremlin.
Was sitting inside of his truck and was shot multiple times while sitting in his truck. One of the residents heard the shots, came out, attempted to perform CPR on the victim, but unfortunately he succumbed to his injuries out here and was pronounced. The only thing that we have right now is the audible witness from inside talking about hearing the multiple gunshots and finding the victim inside of his truck.
Dang, man. And understand that the police are doing a very difficult job. This is all the information that they have to go off of. They got the victim, they've got one witness saying what they heard, and that's it. No description of the suspect, even though we know that it was another super gremlin, but that's not enough to go off of. I mean, they're just doing a tough job, and they're overworked and underpaid.
Behind the complex. Other than that, anybody who was out here around 10 p.m. Who may have witnessed or observed or saw anything, please call the Homicide Division at 713-308-3600, or if they would like to remain anonymous, they can call Crime Stoppers at 713-222-TIPS.
And like I said, we know this is the black community, so there will be no snitching. Okay, so not only are the police overworked, underpaid, but they're under-supported as well by politicians and civilians alike.
Tips. No suspect information at this time. We're still out here trying to gather leads. There's multiple cameras in the area that we're going to try to get a hold of the owners so we can view that. Hopefully around daytime we'll be able to get more cooperation with the video surveillance, but more people will most likely come forward then as well.
The victim's very frustrated. She says she lost family heirlooms that can never be replaced, and she's not alone. All her neighbors were hit, and what's more frustrating, not just because there's been no arrests, but because this all happened once before.
My whole frame was cracked.
Kim Sharling is never taking her safety on the 20th floor of the 7 River Way luxury high-rise for granted again.
Wow. You can't even live in a luxury high-rise. You thought you got away from the super gremlins. You thought you got away. But hey, you're not safe anywhere. Anywhere where these super gremlins are at, bro, you are not safe. These dudes are willing to go on the 20th floor and hit a lick.
On December 21st, while she was away on Christmas break, Sharling and 4 other units were burglarized. Their doors pried open with a crowbar. Jewelry and priceless family heirlooms gone.
They literally followed someone in the garage. They knew exactly where to go where there's no cameras. And they walked 20 flights of stairs to the 20th floor knowing that my neighbors are all at work and that I was gone.
Wow. This got to be an inside job. Because usually super gremlins don't think that far. But peep the apparel. He got some ripped skinny jeans. It looks like that might be a LV hoodie. Probably a Pooh Shiesty mask. And you already know, bussin' slack.
Take a close look at this man. A dark sweatshirt with a distinctive pattern in the front, a bag in his hand, and moments later, driving out of the garage in a Toyota truck.
Yep, Toyota Tacoma.
He is one of the people Houston police is looking for in this burglary spree. But while ABC 13 was able to obtain the video from HPD, Charlene says she and her neighbors have gotten no information from building management.
Nobody from the management company called me and said, hey, bad news, you got broken into.
What's worse, 4 Christmases ago, a similar burglary spree happened. But at that time, the burglars apparently used a key fob to enter into the apartments. This is what one frustrated renter said in 2017.
I feel like it was an inside job because
Hey, I got those same Ray-Bans that she got on. But yeah, like I said, it was an inside job. Definitely.
nobody else had keys to my unit.
This time, Charlene and her neighbors have their own theories, but Houston police have made no arrests. Meanwhile, all the victims have now installed doorbell cameras, and several, including Charlene, are taking it a step further.
I just paid to move in here. And now I'm going to have to pay to move out.
Yep. And this is what they call white flight. So for those of you guys that think that white people are just leaving the neighborhood just because black people moved in, no, it's not. It's literally not even based off of the skin color of the person who is terrorizing the community. It's the fact that their behavior starts to take over, and it permeates throughout other super gremlins who live in the general vicinity and the area. Okay? These apartment complexes are not the move. Okay? And who knows what it could be. The cleaning lady, she might be smashing a dude who hitting licks. It might be, the maintenance man, he got homies who hit licks and he get, a little portion of the lick. You never know what it is. But it's tough, man. It's tough because so many examples of people being accused of being racist because they're moving out of a neighborhood that is crime infested, and it's never based off of the skin color of the person. It's based off of the demon activities, the demonic activities, the demon time feeling in the air. That's the reality of white flight.
And several, including Charlene, are taking it a step further.
I just paid to move in here. And now I'm going to have to pay to move out because it is not safe.
If you have any idea who the man in the surveillance video may be, you're urged to call Houston Police. Maya Shea, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, Lisa, essentially they say this was a case of self-defense. I do want to say that the father's attorney advised against his doing an interview with that pending murder charge. So the attorney spoke for him. They say there had been years of problems. They had invested in treatment and no one wanted what happened this week.
He absolutely had no other choice.
Attorney Wilvin Carter defending his client, a father who just lost his son, and he was the one to pull the trigger.
It is a terrible.
Woo! Talk about it, man. Talk about it, brother. If this ain't I brought you in this world and I'll take you out of it personified, I don't know what is. But you know what? I'm going to lean toward this father. I think Pops knows best. His son was a big guy. He was suffering from alleged mental health issues. What we know by here as being a super gremlin on demon time. And his father had to put him down. Who better to do it than the man who brought you in this world?
Terrible position to be placed in as a parent. It's a living nightmare.
Today, John Iaens sits between his lawyers.
Ooh, hold on. Female lawyer, kind of tough.
Between his lawyers on Tuesday,
John Iaens,
he was in court charged with murder, accused of shooting to death his own son, Andrew Iaens.
Man, look, I believe Pops. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. Especially if he don't got no priors. Even then, these super gremlins don't respect authority. They don't respect their elders. So I wouldn't put it past them to have to put in work on his own kid.
It was a split-second decision where Mr. Iaens said, I have to protect myself against my child.
Houston police were called to the home on Rolling Brook in southwest Houston just after midnight on Tuesday, where they found the 27-year-old dead from multiple gunshot wounds on the front lawn. The shooting stemmed from a fight that escalated, but Carter says it's not that simple. He says Andrew had documented mental health issues and had been fighting drug addiction since his late teens.
Well, there's your proof right there, man. The young gremlin was off his rocker, taking drugs, involved in the streets, suffering from mental illness and mental health, which usually came from the drug use, paranoia, and all the things that come with the drug use. And Pops had to do the world a favor and take this super gremlin out before he hurt somebody else. I mean, to me, it's crazy that they're charging him with murder. Seriously.
Dad, on this particular occasion, he said, we're going to get you back into rehab again. They had gone out and he was trying to calm him down, and then Andrew relapsed and started attacking Dad.
The fight.
I feel for this father, man. I really do. Because I understand what it feels like to have a family member who is not doing the right thing, who is a super gremlin on demon time, and you having to take things into your own hands to diffuse situations.
He ended up on the lawn. Carter says Iaens had a gun and fired when he felt threatened. Andrew was 6'8" and 250 pounds, previously charged with assaulting his dad.
That's a big boy.
This is a clear case of self-defense.
But Carter says they're not here necessarily to plead their case.
We're advocating in this interview for more help.
But rather because they know there are so many other families going through similar trying times with loved ones battling addiction and mental illness.
We can't continue to ignore mental health issues. We can't continue to push drug addiction under the rug. We are begging as a community for more resources to be poured into these two issues.
Jessica.
This is what I'll say. Pops, you should have kicked him out of the house. Honestly. Should have sent him on his way a long time ago. As far as the resources into mental health, all that kind of stuff, I mean, it looks like he tried to get him into rehab multiple times. You know, you can bring the deer to the water, but you can't make him drink. Okay? Or the horse or whatever animal you want to bring to the water. You can't force them to drink. Unless they're a fish. But then they'd be breathing instead of actually drinking the water. But anyways.
Willie, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, in school, in my car. I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.